What's up YouTube, Tractor64. Welcome to part 2 of our moon landing tutorial. Once again, I encourage you to head over to Red Baron Owen's channel. Subscribe to him. Now, one thing I forgot to mention that you want to do now is right click on those two outer engines, and you're going to want to lock gimbal, and you're going to do that by right clicking and then pressing on that lowermost blue box, and that'll lock gimbal. And we do that because to have 3 engines gimbaling, that I heard from someone on YouTube as well as I've figured out by myself, really makes the thing unstable, and just one in the middle gimbaling to direction us is plenty. So we're going to go ahead and accelerate this video, because if I don't, it'll be freaking long. So this is going to be, I think, 8 times speed, and now we're just flying up. Basically you're going to launch. We're just going to go ahead and fly until the solids run out, eject those off. Just going to lock SAS just straight up. You're going to keep flying until those 2 outermost tanks, and then as soon as that happens, you're going to angle east towards 90 degrees and then lock in SAS. You're going to keep flying up. Now you can see our apoapsis here. Our goal is to get that to 100, and then when it does, you're going to hit X to cut the throttle. And then we'll go from there. Okay, now we're going to bring it down to 2 times speed. You can see the moon there, but we don't have to worry about it right now. We're at 88-ish, 90, 99, 102, close enough. I found you don't have to be super exact. So you're going to go ahead and press Add Maneuver, click on it, press Add Maneuver, pull out that symbol. That's our orbit. Now, this is going to help us get into that orbit. That blue symbol is that maneuver we just added, so you're going to go ahead and unlock SAS by pressing T and direction the ship towards that. I'd recommend using the nav ball, because just trying to do it while looking at the ship can get you kind of disoriented. So this says estimated burn around 1 minute, but that's probably going to get thrown off because I think that calculates assuming you use full throttle, and the ship you can't use full throttle or it'll overheat, which I forgot to mention earlier. When you're launching, just bring it up to almost full throttle, like just where it is now, otherwise it'll overheat. So you're going to go ahead and burn in this direction. You can see estimated burn 20 seconds, 19, 18, 17. Turns out this fuel tank will have just enough for us to get about where we want to be. If not, you can just go ahead. If yours doesn't, just go ahead and eject it, and then use your next stage. And you'll still have plenty of fuel left to do what you need to do, so don't worry about that. Now, the trick to having the right alignment, I'm going to go ahead and eject that, is to basically orbit the Earth, and I'm going to use a little bit of thrust here to help direction it. I did not mean to do that, I don't think. Maybe I did. I'm voice recording over a pre-made video. I'm pretty sure that was a mistake, but it's probably not a big deal, because I did get to the moon, I'll tell you that right now. So the key to burning at the right time is to wait for the moon to appear just over the horizon. You don't have to do any complex angle calculation crap, any of that. Just knowing that simple trick is all you need to do to get to the moon. So I'm just going to warp time. I believe it'll show up any second here, just after sunrise. And as soon as it does, you're going to stop warping time. See, there it is. So it just went over the horizon. So you're going to stop warping time down to normal speed. Use a little bit of thrust to help direction us prograde. We're going to aim prograde, which is that yellow symbol on the nav ball. It doesn't have the crosses through it. And we're going to go ahead and burn. I wouldn't recommend doing full, maybe half or even a little under half, because this will increase exponentially. And you're going to go ahead and burn until you get an encounter, which looks like this. So when that happens, you're just going to press X. And that means that we're on course to the moon. By the way, prograde this simply means you're aiming in the direction, I'm going to quick save here, you're pointed in the direction of travel. So if you're aimed prograde, and I actually overshot it by speeding up time too fast, so I'm just gonna load back to the quick save by pressing F9. By the way, to do that, F5 is quick save, and F9 you hold it down and you can go back, which is really helpful for when you're trying to land or something. And if you're, in my case, using a Mac, you have to press function F9 because you have hotkeys and all that crap. So now what we're going to do, we're in this encounter with the moon. Basically, right now we're going too fast and we'll escape its orbit. I'm not even going to use that whole maneuver tool right now. I'm just going to do this manually. It's easy. What we're going to do is basically slow down so we're in orbit with the moon. In fact, we're going to go further and just like get on course for landing. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your ship retrograde, sorry, is the opposite of prograde, and it's that symbol on the nav ball. You can see you're going to lock into that. And what that means is the opposite direction of travel. So you're basically facing backwards of the direction you're traveling, which means that if you burn in that direction, you're going to slow down. And that's what we want to do. So we're going to go ahead and go to the moon's periapsis, burn a little bit. See, now we're in orbit. We're going to keep burning, and right about there I'm going to stop, and you can see that now we're on course for a landing on the moon, or at least hopefully landing. And I also made sure to land on that nice bright side, because I've tried landing on the dark side and it's just impossible unless you're really skilled at using your instrumentation and stuff. It's just like completely pitch black. You can't even do anything. So we're on course for a nice flat lit up part of the moon. So what you're going to do here, you're going to get a little bit closer to the moon, maybe around 10,000 meters, and you're going to aim retrograde. And if this is your first time, I would not recommend warp timing too much, but I've done this like 5 or 6 times, if not more. So basically, when you get to around 50,000 meters, I meant 100,000 meters earlier, you're going to kind of want to aim retrograde, and just burn a little bit to slow you down, maybe speed up time a little bit more. It's kind of hard to explain what you're trying to do, but you're just slowing down horizontally as well as vertically. That's kind of the goal here. You can see by burning just a little bit below retrograde, can't talk, you make it go up towards the center. That's kind of what you want. It makes it a lot easier to do things. What happened there was I burned so much that I ended up going back upwards. And that's kind of the trickiest thing about landing on the moon. It has so little gravity that like you have to be really sensitive with throttle. Just a tiny bit of throttle is like all you need most of the time. Like you can see, for the most part, I almost like barely have it on, like right there. That's all you need, especially for this stage. It's a pretty powerful engine. So now we're around a little over 5,000 meters, and we have SAS locked in just to the top, because we're, for the most part, falling straight down. Let's see here. We're getting closer to the surface of the moon, and burning. I'm pretty sure I'm going to eject here. Yep. Let go of that stage. We don't really need it. Now, this is our lander, and right, so we're getting closer to the surface. Keep in mind, this is, I'm pretty sure this is 2 times speed, so this is all going to be a little bit slower. See, I used a little bit too much there. Now we're kind of going up again. Now, your goal is to kind of like drop under, I'd say around 10 to 15 meters per second, especially depending on your vehicle. So now I'm just trying to angle it to slow us down horizontally, and sort of trying to hover, and then we're going to release the vehicle. You'll see right here. And I released it. I thought I was a lot lower than I was, and I thought for sure, oh my gosh, that thing's going to blow up. But it's actually a pretty nice, stable vehicle. and it didn't. Now I'd recommend trying to get a little more stable and getting a little bit lower when you release yours. I really thought for sure I was going to blow up. And speaking of blowing up, please stick around and watch this epic and amazing, awesome explosion compilation of my many failures in this game. Oh, one more thing. Please like, comment, subscribe. I don't care if it's constructive criticism. I appreciate any comments. Please like, subscribe, as well as head over to Red Bear Knowns and subscribe to him. Just an FYI, in the future, we're probably going to have some more Kerbal Space Program. And hopefully in November or whenever, some maybe Battlefield 4 and other next-gen gameplay and all that stuff. So please subscribe to me, and thank you so much for watching. And now you can watch this brief compilation. Thanks so much.